We're going to talk about the bracket assignment today and how that's going to work, as well as reminder review of how you shoot for good exposure. Did you find one, Sam? Oh, sorry. So what's the three things we set for exposure? Tell me one. The three things that control exposure? ISO is one. And it's actually going to be number one like every time I make this list, even if you didn't say it first. Shutter speed. I'm going to put that one here today. Aperture. Nice. Atta girl. Aperture. Okay? Those are our three things. So we are going to set camera, and then I'm going to talk about how to shoot for this assignment, okay? For this assignment, we're going to shoot on 4th floor today, just to practice. So what did I say about your aperture number for shooting inside? Do you remember? What's my number? At least I want to start with. Do you have it? No? At least, right? So at least 800, probably 1600. Okay? It feels like it's bright here, but it's really not. Okay? So we're going to set our camera. Set your camera. Do you remember how to set ISO? What do you have to do? Menu, ISO. Okay? So menu button. Good. Got it? Menu ISO. Don't forget to press the OK button, otherwise it won't save it. Okay? And then to get back out of that screen, you just press menu until you get back out. Or press info, I think on top will work too. You guys should do the same thing. Okay, we good with ISO? All right. So the next thing for this assignment, I want you to have a wide open aperture. Okay, for this entire assignment, I want a wide open aperture. What kind of number is that for my aperture? Is it a small number or a big number? Small number, awesome. All right, so we're probably, on your cameras, it's probably like f5.6, maybe f4.2, I believe. Probably in that area. Do you guys remember how to set your aperture? There are two things you have to do. Anybody remember?
You hold the
Hold the, and I'm going to show it. Can I show it on the thing? See if we can see it. Can we see it? Ooh! Hold the aperture button. Can you see that? Yeah. Hold the aperture button while scrolling the command dial. You have to do both at the same time. Okay, so your aperture button, remember it shows the little picture. It sort of looks like this, but it's like, it kind of has a, I don't know, a circle, but then it's got like these lines in it. Something like this. It sort of looks like that on top of your camera. It's the outside button. Yeah, it's the outside button. Hold it and then scroll your command dial. And you guys see the picture changing? As well as the number. What kind of numbers do we guys have? F what?
F5.3.
5.3. What do you got? F. What's somebody else have? Tyler, yours isn't open all the way. Press the button. Scroll the wheel. There you go. Now what do we got? 3.8. What else do we have? What do you got, Carlos? What's your F stop? What's your F number?
Oh, 5.6.
5.6. Is that open all the way? Yeah. Sorry, we have slanted tables. That scared me. What do you got, Gabe, for your number? You do have 5.6? Okay. You guys have it open all the way, right? You didn't just go for my number? You did open all the way? Okay, perfect. You good, Emily? All right. Okay. Whew.
Different tables.
All right, so press the button, scroll the command dial, make it open as big as you can, whether it's 5.6 or 3.8 or whatever, okay? And I will tell you that this number will change if you change your ISO. Okay, the possibility here, and I always forget if it gets bigger or smaller, will change. So if I made it at 800, I might actually be able to open it bigger. I can't remember. I always forget which is which. But it will change based on your ISO. Okay, so the last one we do is shutter speed, and we are going to set our shutter speed based on our, what do we call it? Starts with an M. Is your plus on the left or the right?
The plus is on the left.
It's on the left. Thank you. I always forget. Nikon and Canon are different. This is called your... It doesn't matter. Just as big as it will go. Can I see your meter for a second? Okay. It's your meter, right? It's our meter. So we're going to have a thing like this. And so you got 2 marks, and then you got a big mark. 2 marks, and a big mark. Right? Something like this. Yes? You guys see that? At the bottom of your screen? Yes, Miss Weller, I do. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Do you have a whole bunch of those little hash marks that we got rid of last time? Can I see yours for a second? I'll show it here. I'm going to press info, doing this backwards. This is our meter right here. When you look through the lens, you can see it there as well at the bottom of your viewfinder. Oops, wrong button. There we go. So these little hash marks, is that better? These little hash marks, I can't see, are what we're going to try to get rid of on this. Well, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so on hers was dark, right? Is it dark? She's got a bunch of like little hash marks over here. So what we're going to do is we are going to scroll our command dial, right? Scroll our command dial to get rid of those hash marks. If you're going to take a picture of the table, then point it at the table. If you're not going to take a picture of the table, then I wouldn't point it at the table. Okay? So point it wherever it is you're going to take a picture, and then you're going to take one photo here. Okay? One with no hash marks, right? And then you're going to take 2 more photos, and they're going to be somewhere in between here and here. So you're going to take another photo somewhere in this area, and another photo somewhere in this area. Okay? So one's going to be a little bright, one's going to be a little dark. Does that make sense? Exact same subject. One with good exposure by the camera's rules, one with bright exposure but not super bright. If you come down here with your with the little hash marks, if you bring them clear down here, you're going to have a crappy picture. Don't do that. Okay? So don't come down here any. If you stay within those, like there's that small one, and like a big dark one, and then small one, big dark one. If you stay in there, you'll be good. Okay? So, take them. I want you to see 3 pictures. One at 0, one at a little bit bright, and one at a little bit dark. Can I borrow yours for a second to show them on here? Can you pick that up? Pick this up because I gotta be able to see this. All right. Whoa, you're on 1 second, girl. You don't have your aperture open all the way. Okay. Sorry. Okay, there we go. If you see these little hash marks next to the number, that means 1 second. That's way too much. So the first picture is gonna be there with no little hash marks, and I know I'm taking a picture of the floor. Then the next one is going to be a little bit bright, so those sort of hash marks. And then the next picture is going to be a little bit dark, and it moves because I'm wiggling. And I'm going to take another picture, and I know I'm taking a picture of the floor. But if you look at these, dark, brighter, in between. That's your goal. Okay? Don't forget to focus, people. How are they coming out? Are you guys practicing and getting some too? Did you get 3? One that's kind of normal, one that's a little bright, one that's a little dark, but not too crazy bright, not too crazy dark, right? Perfect. So what we're gonna end up turning in for this assignment is 8 sets of 3. So that was 1 set of 3, right? You wouldn't turn that in because it was probably sucky, right? So when I say 8 sets of 3, and I'm working on making the set PowerPoint as we speak, so that will be on the website, and I'll show it to you guys as well here. But a set shows different pictures, right? But in this case, our set is the exact same subject with different exposure, okay? Exact same subject, different exposure. Not too bright, not too dark, but just a little bit brighter and a little bit darker, okay? 8 different sets. When I say different, I'm not gonna give me 8 sets of me doing the floorboard, right? I'm not gonna give 8 sets of my box. I'm gonna go and do different things. I also want you, when you turn them in, to do some inside and some outside. And I will tell you, it's a huge difference if you're doing inside or outside. When we do depth of field, I'm gonna make you do the same thing, some inside, some outside. Because depth of field is way easier outside than it is inside because of the light, okay? Yeah. Oh yeah, you do. Senior picture, good call. And nobody else senior, right?
Oh, I am.
Go, picture. Picture. Ooh, careful. Panorama. Go take your panorama. Okay. Okay, we'll talk about more of that when we get back. Come up here and sit. So anyways, we'll turn in sets of 8 photos. I can't believe they didn't announce to remind them. So sets of 8 photo, or a set 3, 8 sets of 3 photos, okay? So that, again, that was 1 set. Does that make sense? There's, you can press stop.